Do you believe in ghosts? Imagine a house built over the site of public executions, a place where the spirits of the condemned may still linger, unable to rest. This isn't a horror movie plot. It's the real-life mystery of the Whaley House in San Diego, California. A simple step inside and you're met with more than just creaking floorboards or the whispers of history. You're stepping into what many call one of the most haunted houses in America. Tonight, we'll explore its dark past, its chilling hauntings, and the stories that have made it infamous. The Whaley House is no ordinary home. Built in 1857 by Thomas Whaley, this stately two-story residence quickly became a hub of activity. It served not only as the Whaley family's private home, but also as San Diego's courthouse, a general store, and even a theater. But behind its impressive exterior lies a darker story, one rooted in tragedy and death. Before the house was ever built, the land on which it stands served as the site of San Diego's first public gallows, where criminals were hanged for all to see. It's said that the earth itself remembers these executions, and that the spirits of the condemned linger, their restless energy seeping into the foundation of the Whaley House. The hauntings didn't stop with the gallows. The Whaley family themselves experienced unspeakable tragedy within those walls. Thomas and Anna Whaley moved into the house with their 6 children, hoping to create a bright future. But their happiness was short-lived. Their youngest son, Thomas Jr., died of scarlet fever at just 18 months old. Years later, Violet Whaley, one of their daughters, suffered a heartbreak so devastating that she took her own life in the family home. Violet had married a man who turned out to be a con artist, leaving her humiliated and broken. Her suicide note spoke of despair, and it said her spirit remains tethered to the home, unable to find peace. Visitors to the Whaley House have reported countless eerie encounters over the years. Some say they've seen the ghost of Violet wandering the garden in a flowing white gown, her figure glowing faintly in the moonlight. Others have heard the unmistakable cries of a baby echoing through the empty hallways, a chilling reminder of young Thomas Jr.'s untimely death. The tragedy of the Whaley family seems to linger in the very fabric of the house, manifesting in ghostly apparitions, cold spots, and unexplainable sounds. But the hauntings don't end with the Whaley family. One of the most infamous spirits tied to the Whaley House is that of Yankee Jim Robinson, a convicted thief who was hanged on the site long before the house was built. Yankee Jim's execution was particularly gruesome. He was too tall for the gallows, and it's said he struggled for several minutes before succumbing to his fate. Thomas Whaley himself witnessed the hanging and later purchased the land, seemingly unbothered by its grim history. But Yankee Jim, it seems, was far from finished with the property. Visitors and staff have reported hearing heavy footsteps stomping up and down the staircase, as if an unseen presence is pacing relentlessly. Some have even felt an oppressive energy in certain parts of the house, as though they're being watched by an unseen figure. One chilling story involves a visitor who was exploring the courtroom, a space that once served as the seat of justice in old San Diego. As the visitor stood alone, they felt an icy hand clutch their shoulder, followed by the sound of chains dragging across the floor. Turning around, they found the room empty. In another encounter, a young woman was standing at the foot of the staircase, gazing up at its shadowed steps, when she felt a violent push. She stumbled forward, convinced someone had shoved her, but when she turned, no one was there. The staircase has long been associated with paranormal activity, and some believe it's a hotspot for spiritual energy, possibly tied to the tragic events that occurred within the house. The physical structure of the house itself seems to amplify the haunting atmosphere. Its wooden floors creak under the slightest pressure, and the walls seem to breathe with the weight of history. Visitors often describe an inexplicable chill that washes over them as soon as they step inside. Even skeptics have admitted to feeling unnerved by the house's oppressive energy. One paranormal investigator claimed they saw a shadowy figure dart across the hallway, while another reported hearing faint whispers in an empty room. The air within the house feels heavy, almost as if it's saturated with the sorrow and pain of its past inhabitants. Perhaps the most unsettling evidence of the hauntings are the mysterious smells that have been reported throughout the house. Many visitors claim to catch the scent of perfume wafting through the parlor, a scent said to match the fragrance Violet once wore. Others have smelled cigar smoke in the courtroom, even though smoking is strictly prohibited. Could these be lingering impressions of the Whaley family, tied to the house they loved yet could never escape? Then there are the photographs. Paranormal investigators and curious tourists alike have captured inexplicable anomalies on camera. Faint orbs of light, shadowy figures standing in windows, and even faces peering out from darkened corners. One chilling image shows what appears to be a woman's face in the upstairs window, even though no one was inside at the time. These photographic proofs are often debated, but for those who believe, they're undeniable evidence of the house's ghostly inhabitants. Despite the endless reports of hauntings, skeptics remain unconvinced. Some argue that the stories are simply the product of overactive imaginations, fueled by the house's grim history. Others suggest that the unexplained phenomena could have natural explanations, such as creaking wood, drafts, or even the power of suggestion. But for those who have experienced the Whaley House firsthand, there's no doubt something unexplainable lingers within its walls. The Whaley House stands as a chilling reminder of how history leaves its mark. From the echoes of public executions to the personal tragedies of the Whaley family, this house has witnessed more than its fair share of sorrow and death. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain. The Whaley House has a story to tell, and it's one that will leave you questioning what truly happens when we leave this world. Do you think the Whaley House is truly haunted? Or are the stories just products of imagination? Share your thoughts and ghost stories in the comments below. And if you're ready for more haunted tales, be sure to click on the next video to uncover even more paranormal mysteries.